Hey, this is Steven at the Art Knife Invitational in San Diego, October 30th, 2015. Sitting here with my good friend Harvey Dean. How you doing today, Harvey?
Fine. Steven, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How's the show for you?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, did well.
You kind of pushed outside your envelope like you usually do. You did a straight razor and you did a chef's knife, which I've never seen at the Art Knife Invitational before. What was the idea behind that?
Now, somebody's got to step out there. Might as well be me.
All right, sounds good. Hey, I know a story that the people that are watching might really like to know about a time that Brad Pitt ordered a knife from you for Quentin Tarantino. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that was a few years ago. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I got this call one day, and I seen it on caller ID, and I thought it's probably a telemarketer, but I went ahead and answered it anyway. And the guy says, this is probably going to be the weirdest call you have today. And I thought, well, I get some weird ones. But he got to telling me about that he was some movie person. You know?
I think it was an assistant.
Yeah, it was like an assistant to him. And you get some movie outfit, and they wanted to buy this knife. And at first I told him, I says, well, in the time frame you're talking about, I really don't have time to do it. And then I got to thinking about it after that. I thought, or just build it for him. So I called him back and I told him I'd do it, And in the process, the guy that I talked to initially, it changed hands to another feller. And we got to going on this thing, and it's kind of funny. I asked him, what they were wanting it for and stuff, and he wouldn't tell me at first, In fact, he never told me. And along this deal that we finalized stuff, and I was supposed to deliver this knife at a show out here in California, and I did. But he wanted some stuff written on the sheath, and actually wanted it on the blade at first. And I told him, I'm not going to do this on this Damascus blade. And he says, well, we have to have it. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to do that. I can just sell the knife to somebody else and be done with it. He says, no, we can do it on the sheath. That'll work. So he sent me the text that he wanted on the sheath. And when I read it, he never would say who this knife was for. And when I read it, I told him, I says, I know who this is for. And he says, well, what do you mean, you know? I says, well, in the Legends of the Fall, this kind of stuff here went on, and it was about the Inglourious Basterds movie, and it was talking about these scalps from these German soldiers, and I said, this is for Brad Pitt. And he says, well, maybe. I says, no, it is. And I says, I got to ask you something. I says, first off, why does Brad Pitt want to buy this big Bowie knife? It seems politically incorrect, He says, well, he's still a good old boy. And I thought, well, that's cool, And I asked him how they picked me, and they looked at stuff. He said they looked at knife magazines and stuff for about 3 months. And he called him the boss. He said, the boss says, that's what I want right there, that guy right there. So I thought it was cool that he picked me. And we did this knife, and we did this stuff on...
I don't think it was an accident, Harvey, that they picked you, as you're in the Art Knife Invitational. ABS Mastersmith on the board, very well known, very well regarded within the industry. You've done a great job. What are some of the things that you've thought about as far as influences, some of the things that you like to do that make you special?
Well, I never thought of myself as special first, Stephen. But, I like to do stuff outside the typical ABS knife, even though I'm president of the ABS now. And the ABS, it's a good organization. It's kept the...
And that's the American Bladesmith Society.
Right. The American Bladesmith Society, it's a good organization. It's kept the forged blade alive. But I think, too, that there's times we need to step outside that realm that we're in sometime and do some special things, like you were talking about what I had here at the show today. Well, I think that we need to do that. It separates us from the other bladesmiths, so to speak. And, I'll be honest with you, sometimes everybody's stuff, if they're not careful, starts looking the same. Because when you learn, you want to kind of form your stuff after certain people that you might have learned from. Well, you need to get out of that from time to time and find your own style, so to speak. I mean, there's nothing new, but you can make it yours, though.
Yeah, finding your own style is really important. Harvey, I want to thank you for coming out. Well, thank you and your lovely wife, Deborah, for your friendship and knowing you for all these years. And this is Stephen with the Art Knife Invitational, October 30th, 2015. Thank you.
Very good talking with you, Stephen. I appreciate this opportunity, and it's always good seeing you here.
Thank you, my friend.